What if I told you you're 4 habits away from skyrocketing your sales? In this video, I'm revealing 4 habits that might be sabotaging your sales success. Habits you might not even know you have. Stay tuned for habit number 3. It's a game changer, and you might be surprised what you find. Throughout life, the lessons that have really stuck with me, I've unfortunately had to learn the hard way. For example, I learned quite young what fire feels like, and how to use a knife properly. Here's a pro tip. Don't open Amazon boxes cutting towards you. Open away from you. Early in my sales career, I learned sales the hard way as well. It took me just over 2 long years to get out of a call center, making 1,000 dials every single day, to a seat in an experienced sales floor with high-earning leadership sales position. Now, when I look back, I realize now that certain habits were holding my progress back, and I could have hit and should have hit success much sooner. Today, I'm sharing these insights with you so we can fast-track your success. Hi, I'm Matt Riley, and welcome to Learn Something New. Today, we're diving into the top 4 habits that can derail your sales and how to turn them around. As we dive into each habit, drop a comment below if you recognize it, or if it's a habit that you've conquered, let us know what you did to overcome it. Habit number 1, overplaying intelligence. I call this showing how smart you are. The problem is the desire to be the smartest person in the room. Now, if you watch any of my older videos, you may have heard me say, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I'll say it again because it's worth repeating. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Being the smartest person in the room is actually not the problem. It's when you have a driving desire that everyone else should know how smart you are. Showing how smart you are can and most likely will create a disconnect between you and your team and your clients. It can intimidate clients and make them feel undervalued. Here's the counterintuitive part. The general thinking is in sales, we need to talk, to sell, to educate, to inform, to inspire. Now, if you think about it, to get smarter, you need to learn things. Now, if you're talking, you can never learn something new. When we're talking, we can only repeat things we already know. The only way to truly learn something and to get smarter is to ask a good question, then listen. Listening is the key, not talking. Commonly, we need to do some talking to get someone else to talk, so we can actively listen. It's listening that gets us smarter and earns us the business, not talking. The solution: practice active listening, humility, and clear communication. Remember, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Ask great questions that help others, and it will show that you listen and that you genuinely care. Habit 2, negative starter words like no, but, and however. The problem: starting a sentence with no, but, or however is like putting a stop sign up in front of your conversation. Or those that remember the 90s, saying, talk to the hand and not the face. These words can instantly make you seem to be on the offense, which in turns put others on the defense. Starting the sentence with no, but, and however shuts down conversations and hinders open dialogue. Now, I'm not saying not to use these words, I'm just saying don't lead with them. The solution: use positive language techniques such as yes and, rephrasing, strong acknowledgments. Using those can completely change the tone of the conversation. Let's take a look at the word but versus yes and. Here's the situation. Your client says something like, that's too expensive for me. Now, which one comes off better? A, but you know why we are more expensive than others. We clearly bring more value to the table. Or B, yes, and we bring more value to the table to justify the higher than normal cost. Drop a comment in the video as to which one sounds better to you. Rephrasing is also a super powerful tool as well. Be careful not to say exactly verbatim as what they're saying unless that's your intention. You want to paraphrase, don't be a parakeet and repeat exactly what you heard. Use starters like, it sounds like, so what I'm hearing is, so you're saying. Now I'll make a video soon called ARPing, or acknowledge, respond, and pivot, showing you the structure of acknowledging by being agreeable, responding with relevance, and pivoting with purpose. And you'll find out how important and simple and commonly missed the acknowledgement is. A good acknowledgement can be as simple as, that makes sense. I hear you. Thanks for telling me. Your honesty is appreciated. Bad habit number 3.
Destructive comments.
The problem: Negative remarks and passing judgment can happen without you even knowing it. They can damage your credibility and relationships. Negative comments can even sound harmless in passing. Have you ever poked at someone for liking a rival sports team? I hear this a lot being from Michigan, around the Michigan State football game, or the Michigan-Ohio State football game. Doing things like this can be even more destructive when the person you're poking at or talking about is not present. If you say a categorical statement like, "You know, all those MSU fans are just wild and out of line," by saying something negative about someone that you may not even know, it tells people that you are talking to that you could say something about them when they're not there. One great way to build trust is to defend those that are not present. Judgment can be tricky. There's a decent difference between offering an opinion and judging, and it comes down to belief. If you believe someone else is wrong, commonly the next words you speak will be received as judgment, whether you think it is or not. If someone says something you don't agree with and you believe is just different, not necessarily wrong, you'll have the ability to discern the difference versus applying judgment to it. Now, my personal and simplified definition of discernment is identify difference. And my personal and simplified definition of judgment is applying negative emotion to that defined difference. And my personal and simplified definition of criticism is destructive negativity applied to the identified difference. Now, those are my personal definitions, and they may differ from yours, which is okay. And they definitely differ from some guy named Webster that made a book called the dictionary. Now, I don't think your definitions are wrong. I don't think his definitions are wrong. They're just different. See what I did there? The solution. Remember what we learned as kids. I clearly hear my mom telling me,
"Don't have something nice to say? Don't say anything at all."
Have a mindset of positivity. Never bring someone else down or a group down. It does not elevate you. To elevate yourself, you need to attempt to bring others up around you to a higher stature than yourself. Then, in turn, you will elevate yourself along with them. Remember, no one else is wrong. Other people just see things differently, which is okay. We are individual people living in a world together, everyone living different lives. Nobody is wrong, just different. Use empathy to try to feel their feelings. Seek to understand, and always keep an open mind. Bad habit number 4, shifting blame. The problem. This is about taking responsibility. By avoiding responsibility, you can instantly dissolve trust and respect. Blame shifting can also be seen as using excuses. Stop using excuses. It will feel super awkward at first. You'll get used to it though. Now let's take a look at an example. If you're late to a meeting, it's very common to hear or to say, "Sorry I was late to the meeting, my last meeting ran over." Or, "Sorry I was late to the meeting, I hit traffic on the way in." Don't say any excuse. Say, "Sorry I'm late, I'll make sure being late does not happen again." Or, "Sorry I'm late, I hope you got the email informing you that I'm running 5 minutes behind schedule." Simply apologize and commit to better time management in the future. This demonstrates accountability and earns respect. There is no shame falling on the sword and taking responsibility. Even though it feels terrible in the short run, it pays off huge in the long run. I can't tell you how many times I've taken the metaphorical sword to the gut. Once on a couple occasions, I thought it was going to blow a deal, and the opposite happened. I personally have fallen on the sword for mistake again and again, and deadlines have been missed. I've given incorrect information, presented the wrong thing, and added someone to the email that shouldn't have been added. That one is extra frustrating. Every time I've acknowledged my mistake, I took ownership, and I did it in a manner that created trust with the other person. We're all human, we all make mistakes. Owning it is the important part. You should explore how to do this thoroughly. Solution. Accountability and integrity are critical in building lasting relationships, professionally and personally. Accountability and integrity both relate to extreme ownership, which was really put on the chart by a book by Jocko Willink, which I highly recommend you read not once, but twice. It's about taking full responsibility for everything in your sphere of influence, especially in challenging situations. When you take ownership, you empower yourself to find solutions and drive positive outcomes. We all know it's important to have integrity. Let's quickly look at the word integrity. Integrity is more than just doing what you say you will do. Integrity, integrated. It's your values integrated with your actions. It's much more than just doing what you say. It's living what you believe. Let's quickly recap the 4 bad habits holding you back from success. 1. Overplaying intelligence. 2. Negative starters. 3. Destructive comments and judgment. 4. Shifting blame. Now, if you found any of these insights valuable, please like and subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell. Do it now so you don't forget. Which one of these habits did you find most surprising? Let's discuss in the comments below. love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Remember, in sales, it's not just what you know, it's how you connect and care for your clients. Get out there and be great. And if you can't be great, be careful. Specifically, be full of care. Thank you.